Hi, ladies. How are you? So we are going to do a live Q&A tonight, our live Q&A pajama party, so that you can hop on in here and just ask questions on how to kind of get started as a freelancer, life questions if you got those, just anything and everything, because I know just how overwhelming it is when you're first starting out as a freelancer. And it's hard, and you need that support. You need that foundation. You need to just have, somebody to bounce ideas off of. And that's what we're doing tonight. So before we get started, I want to just touch on a couple of things. So we are in open enrollment for the Freelance Starter Guide 6-week signature course. And I believe there's 7 spots left, because I only take a max of 10 students every session. Because there is a group coaching aspect to it. So I like to make sure that I just have enough time for everybody. And we have a group call every single month, which is really cool. And our group call is actually scheduled for next Wednesday. So if you do decide to join before then, open enrollment ends next Friday. But if you join before, I guess it would be like Tuesday. If you join before Tuesday, you'll be able to join our group call, which is next Wednesday. So what do you get with the Freelance Starter Guide? So what you get is you get 6 weeks worth of video lectures, which equate to 8 video lectures. You're going to get 25 downloadable worksheets, scripts, templates, and then bonuses. So you're going to get that one group coaching call. You're going to get membership to our Freelance Starter Guide Mastermind Forum. 20% cash back on all affiliate referrals, so you can actually make your money back, which is really cool. So if you have friends or family, anybody at all that, or let's say you have a blog or something along those lines, and you want to take your affiliate link that you'll be able to get and provide that to other people, and if they sign up using your affiliate link, you get 20% commission off the sale price of the course, which is really, really cool. So you can actually make the money back and still make more money than you would have paid for the course. So that's a cool little thing that you can do. And then you'll also have lifetime access to the course. And so what we do is we go through, we actually start with addressing your limiting beliefs, and we go into something called the law of attraction. Basically, what you're putting out into, the universe, you're going to kind of get back. And so you basically need to have the confidence within yourself in order to move forward. And so we tackle that right off the bat, and then we start jumping into creating your business and marketing plan, identifying your soul clients, top sales strategies, and then we start working on your proposals, contracts, invoicing, and all of those things that you need to, have down in your freelancing business. So that's what we do there. And it's a great program, and we just have like a lot of fabulous women that are currently going through it right now. So I'm looking forward to getting started with the next session with the next group of lovely, lovely ladies. So in addition to that, if you didn't see, I also launched another course this week. It's called Create a Vision with Style. So maybe you're a little farther along with your freelancing career. You already have all of the basics, the foundation, you've got that done, but you kind of need a brand, and you're having a hard time maybe getting clients, kind of like speaking to them, communicating your worth, your value, what kind of services you offer. And this is where this course comes in. It's going to be a branding strategy for all of your social media platforms. You're going to be able to create a style guide, authentic marketing copy that's you're going to be able to repurpose, whether it's for your website, landing pages, social media, you name it. And it's only a 4-day course, so it's small, it's mini, so it's nice and compact. And then what a really nice thing is, if you do decide to move forward with creating your own website and doing all of the heavy lifting yourself, you have your style guide, you have all of the basics right there to kind of take those next steps. But if you decide not to do the heavy lifting, and you want someone else to do the heavy lifting, like photographers and web designers and all of those things, you have your style guide, you have your authentic marketing copy, you have everything ready to go to kind of hand over to them, So then you're still creating the vision that you want for your brand, but you're just getting the help from somebody else. So that's just a little information and update for you on what's going on in Mama's Gone Freelance School. I will include both of those links in the description of this video. And if you have any questions at all on either one of the courses, please feel free to just drop a comment in or message me. And I'd be more than happy to answer, any questions they have. So before we jump in on some different questions, if you are watching this live, just type in live and let me know you're here. If you're watching the replay of this, type replay so I know that anybody that hasn't been able to join is able to watch. And if you have questions after this is over, please feel free to just drop your questions, and I'm happy to hop on in and answer them. So let me tell you, the last couple of weeks, or I shouldn't even say the last couple of weeks, the last, I feel like, couple of months, have just been so crazy and hectic between building online courses and getting all of that set up, in addition to my clients and all of their work and all of the stuff going on with them, and then life and everything else. And I felt like for a while, I was just getting so focused on work, on all of that stuff. And I just had these blinders on, and I felt like I was being not enjoying my life as much as I should, and not enjoying my time with Gracie, and not doing fun things, just because. And I feel like part of being a freelancer, we all want this fabulous life, this work-life balance, but then we get blinded. We get inundated with work, and it's hard to work from home. It's wonderful, but it is hard to work from home, and it's hard. It's a balance. And so then we get inundated with all of this stuff, and we're so focused on just trying to get our clients' work done. We're trying to get more clients. We're trying to do this. We're trying to do that. And then we tend to almost drift away from our original value and mission of having that work-life balance. And I started doing that, and I was like, whoa. The whole point of me being a freelancer and working from home is to be present and to be here and to have the life that I want. So at first I felt bad for myself. I was like, oh, poor me. I just have so much work to do, meanwhile, I don't feel bad for me. I have a roof over my head. I'm making great money. I'm happy with my clients. I have awesome clients. I love creating online courses. Get over yourself, Katie. Come on. So, but I had a pity party for myself, because I wasn't just balancing it all perfectly. And so then after I came through my pity party, I decided, okay, make a change. If I'm not being as present as I want to be, if I'm not just going to do all of these fun, awesome things with my daughter, then do them. Figure out a way. So I 5-10 years ago, I would have, if there was a problem or an issue or something that I wasn't happy with at work, I probably wouldn't have said anything. I probably would have just eaten it and accepted it, and that was it. And so instead, and this is a testament to how much you change as a freelancer, and I think as a mom as well, but I think a lot as a freelancer, the confidence that you have to build up and the belief in yourself. And so I was like, you know what? I love my clients, but one of them in particular, she relies on me a lot. And we just needed to figure out a different structure for things. Things weren't bad. We just needed to figure out a different structure for things, so that it was more manageable for me, so that I could balance my life a little bit better and I could balance my other clients' work a little bit better. And so I had a conversation with her. We had our monthly call the other day, and I just, I said it to her. I was like, hey, this is what is going on my end. Can we figure this out? And it wasn't a problem, but it was the fact, sorry, there's a fly in my house. The fact that that's what you have to do. If there is an issue, if there's something that you're just not happy with, you have to address it head on. And it most likely can be changed. It most likely can be modified. And so a great tip when it comes to stuff like that is, and something when I was working before I started freelancing as a manager, I loved when employees would come to me with issues, but they'd also come with potential solutions. And so that's what I did in this scenario as well. I went to my client and said, hey, this is what's going on. It's not a huge issue, but I'd like to kind of change this. Can we restructure these different things? Can we make this more manageable? Blah, 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 blah. And I came with solutions. And so it wasn't an issue, And so because of that, I said, you know what? Again, I'm taking life by the reins and I'm doing things the way I want to do them. And so I'm a big planner. I plan things out. And this morning I got up and I was like, we're going to the Bronx Zoo. And the Bronx Zoo is not close to us. It's like a good hour away from us. And I ran around, packed everything up. Grace had no idea what the zoo was. She was asking if she was gonna see a chicken there. And it was the best thing ever. And I was like, yes, this is why I worked so hard to become a freelancer. I worked so hard to build my clients up. I worked so hard to create these online courses in this community and do all of the things that I've done. And it was like walking through the Bronx Zoo with all of the trees hanging over. And if any of you, I think most of you aren't from New York, but if you've ever been to New York, the Bronx is super, super, urban, very city, and then all of a sudden the Bronx Zoo, and it's just trees and the sunlight, and there's just birds chirping and animals, and oh my God, it was the best. It was just such a great day. So I wanted to just tell you that little tidbit for two reasons. One, take life by the horns. If there's an issue, if there's something you don't like, change it. Just figure out a solution, and you can change whatever you want if you don't like something. Two, get up and go to the zoo. We are creating the life that we want. Get up and go to the zoo. Get up and, do something that you want to do and make it work in your life. And you're going to be a lot happier for it. And something that I'm going to do moving forward is plan stuff like that for every single week, to just do those fun outings that I wouldn't be able to do if I had a 9-to-5 job, So those are my little tidbits and stories. So let's jump into some questions that people have. So one question that I got from somebody that wasn't able to attend our live tonight was, I will pull it up. It was, let's see, it was how do you figure out pricing? How do you figure out what to charge? So I have a couple of ideas for that. So, and I will, I have a money maps presentation that I did in here. So if you type into the search bar in this group, money maps, there's a good presentation webinar that I did on it. But basically what I think people should do in order to figure out what you should charge is a couple of things. One, create a budget for yourself. So you don't know how much you need to be making unless you actually know your budget. So make an itemized, drilled down budget for yourself. Like, what are your costs? What's your rent or mortgage? What's your utilities? How much are you spending on gas and this and that? Dump it all in there. If you're going to the gym, put your gym in there. If you're, buying, stuff at Target every single month, put that in there. I mean, dump absolutely everything in there. And so then you have that number. And so if you have other sources of income coming in, great, then you can include that. But if you are going to be solely reliant on freelancing and clients, then what you're going to do is that's the number you need to be getting to. But that's not the number that you want, because that's the number just to pay the bills, just to get by, hope for the best. And like, no one wants that. So you're going to add some cushion room. So you're going to start adding things into your budget. So you're going to add in things like savings. How much would you like to put into savings? How much would you like to put into your IRA? If you have kids, how much, do you want to put towards, their college fund? What do you want to put towards having a nice vacation every year? What's all of those cushioning things that you want to add into your goal budget? Okay. So then once you have your goal budget, with all of those extra cushions added in, that's the amount that you need to be taking in every single month or every year. Then you're going to divide that and identify how many clients you would need. Okay. So, the next step is really to do a little research, do a little market research. So figure out what services you're going to be offering, and then jump in to try and do a little research to find out how much are other people charging. Okay. So you're going to have a high and a low. Based on people's experience. And so depending on your experience, you will determine where you should fall in on the high or the low side. And remember, pricing can always change because, and pricing should change. Pricing is something that evolves over time. If you're first, starting out as a freelancer, you're going to find that most likely your prices will need to increase in time because certain things are going to take you longer, or, your experience and your knowledge and your expertise is going to increase in time. Therefore, your prices should be going up. So when you're coming up with your prices, realize that it's not going to be the same prices in a year or 2 years or 5 years. These prices are going to evolve. So after you do your market research, you're going to identify, okay, this is what, other people are doing around this. So if I got a client for, 10 hours a week, let's say, times $25 an hour, let's say, that equates to this. How many clients would I need in order to get to that monthly goal that we were talking about and that monthly amount? And so that's how I like to do it. I think that you should have two things. I think you should have a hourly rate and also pricing packages. There's going to be so many different scenarios when you're getting started. Some people are going to want you per hour. Other people are going to want you as a package. Some people aren't going to want the specific package that you have, and they're going to want to tweak it a little bit and add certain things in or take things out. So there is going to be some modification, but personally, I think you should at least have that basis of specific packages and a negotiable hourly rate as well. And so this is something that we go into more in depth in the 6-week starter guide. And then I also give you some package templates to kind of work off of as well. Another question that I got was, do your clients need to be in your time zone? Absolutely not. So that's a great part of freelancing is, you're going to be doing your work most likely whenever works for you. So I would say the only thing that comes that may be conflicting when it comes to time zones are two things. One, if you're doing any type of customer service. So if you're doing customer service and for this individual and they're in a different time zone, that might be an issue. But if you are doing like for VA services, social media management, web design, anything at all outside of like customer service, you're really not going to run into an issue with time zones. The only other time it might come up is when you need to have like a monthly or a bi-weekly call, video call, a Skype call or something with your client. But, I'm pretty sure you can usually like figure out a time that like kind of works for both of you. So I've never run into different time zones being an issue. So if you are watching right now and you have other questions, feel free to just drop them in. I'm here answering them. Just let me know. I would say in the beginning, other questions that I got. Oh, here comes another one. Let's see. How did you identify what your services were? That's a good one. So identifying your services, that always comes up, right? So identifying your services, that is, it's something that's very individual and unique. So what I like to tell people to do is identify what's your background and your experience. Okay, so what have you been doing, in your life? What's your experience? You have to have something. So put that down. Now, identify what you actually love to do. Okay, so maybe you've been working in an industry and you absolutely hate what you do. Or maybe you don't dislike everything, but you dislike like a lot of things, So identify what you actually like to do, and then based on all of those skills that you potentially could offer, cross out the things that you hate doing, because part of becoming a freelancer is creating the life that you want and doing things that you actually like and enjoy. And I get that you need to make a paycheck and you need to pay the bills, and you're like, Katie, I just need to make ends meet over here. Doesn't matter if I love what I do. I get it. But again, part of becoming a freelancer is creating the life that you actually want. So create it. If you're making this huge change in your life to work from home, the least you can do is actually enjoy what you do. So identify what you actually love doing. So that's the next step. And then do a little market research into what kind of jobs are out there. So you can make an account on like the different freelancing websites like Upwork and Fiverr, and there's a million of them. I believe I have a document in the file section of this group, which is called It is called the job site resource, I believe. And if you go in there, there is a whole list of all different job sites that you can use. Some of them you actually have to apply for in order to be a part of them. Others you can just like sign up. So for the ones that you can just like create an account and sign up, I suggest just create an account, sign up just to see what kind of jobs are out there and what the pay is and all of those types of things so that you know what people are actually looking for. Then if you want to expand into other areas and learn new things, I suggest starting out with what you know. So let's say you have been an executive assistant, for the last 5 years. Well, stick to those types of services. Stick to the virtual assistant type services. And if you're looking to then branch out into other areas and have other services that you could offer, well, then put that on the back end. And there are a ton of free resources out there. There is Skillshare. There's a ton of different websites that you can either get a very low cost membership, or they'll give you like a free trial for like a month or two. And within like that time frame, you can take like a bunch of classes, and then you can just cancel the membership and you're good. So do that, and then you can start expanding and learning other things. And then there's tons of like groups like this that you can join and be a part of, and they do webinars, and you can just learn stuff from that as well. So start out with what you know, and then identify other areas that you would like to learn and grow into, and then you can work your way into those areas as well. So anybody else that has any questions, just let me know. Oh, I just got one on my messenger. So what is the law of attraction that you always talk about? So law of attraction. So I don't mean to I don't want anyone to ever feel like I'm trying to like push ideas or anything on them. But I just feel really strongly that no matter what you believe in, whether it's God, the universe, spirit, like whatever it is, I don't care. But I think that we need to realize that whatever higher power it is, that higher power is giving us amazing attributes, and we're all extremely unique and beautiful on the inside and out. And if that higher power is giving us the confidence to make choices and shape our lives, and that is part of the law of attraction. Now, I don't believe in every single thing that this theory has, but I have taken pieces of the law of attraction and kind of taken it and implemented it into my own religious and spiritual belief system. And so that's what I've taken from it, is this higher power, and you insert whatever you believe in. This higher power, I'm just going to use higher power as a general term so I don't offend anyone. This higher power has given me the confidence, and in order to make choices, make changes in my life, now I'm going to actually use that to create the life that is the best for my daughter, and create the life that is going to make me really happy, so that I can help other people and that I can do different things, And so that's what I have taken as the law of attraction, is you're putting out really good positive energy, and you're focusing on your personal development and your growth so that you can continue putting out that great energy. And then as you're putting out all of those, kind of positive vibes, your eyes are starting to open up. So a lot of times, when you're having like a bad day, you get up, you have your coffee, you spill the coffee. And then after you spill the coffee, something falls out of the refrigerator. And then after something falls out of the refrigerator, your kid falls down and, scrapes his knee. And something else happens. And you're like, oh my God, this day is awful. Like, it just sucks. And so then you get those blinders on and you're looking for the next bad thing to happen, right? And so like that is a cycle that can just continue and continue and continue. So we have a bad day and then it rolls into a bad week and then it rolls into a bad month. And then all we see is just the negative, the negative, the negative. And so with the law of attraction, they're saying if you push that aside, and you start focusing on the positive and you're trying to seek out the positive and you're looking for all of the good, you're going to start getting more good. You're going to start getting more positive things because you're going to be looking for those opportunities rather than all of the crap. So like to give you an example, let's say you're in the supermarket and you're grocery shopping and you're stressed out, you're tired, you got a toddler on you, they're crying, you just want to get out of the grocery store, you're like, I'm exhausted, now I have to make dinner, I still have work for my client to do. If you're doing all of that and you're just miserable and you're rushing out of the grocery store, you probably didn't even notice half of the people in the grocery store. And maybe there was a person in that grocery store that you could have started up a conversation with just because you could have been putting out those good vibes and that happiness and that love. And from that person could have been a potential client or become really good friends with you and connected you to somebody else so that you could get that fabulous job that you want, and on and on and on and on. And so that's kind of in a nutshell what the law of attraction is. It's focusing on yourself. It's building yourself up. It's believing that you actually do have control over your life and you're not just saying, oh, well, that's life. Life sucks. That's it. Can't do anything about it. It's actually taking control, and then it's seeing all of the good around you. It's putting the good vibes out there. And so someone that I follow had this really great analogy, and I'm probably going to butcher it, but she said, when we're wanting other things, and we're just focusing on the negative in our life. So we're just going to use a big fancy car as an example. When we're wanting this big red fancy car, but we're just so focused on this crappy car that keeps breaking down in our driveway, and we're like, this stinks. I just need that fancy red car. I can't believe I still have this piece of crap, that's falling apart. It's like a Lego car. It just, new parts just keep falling off of it. We're so focused on that we're going to miss other things that might come our way. Like, let's say we're focusing on that red car. We're focusing on that red car. We just want it. We want it. We want it. But we're just so angry about the piece of crap car that we have, and we're angry about this and we're annoyed by that. Well, we're not going to notice that when, your cousin comes over and says, hey, I have this really new fancy red bike. We're not going to notice. We're going to say, I don't need a bike. I need that fancy red car outside. That's what I wanted. That's what I've been focusing on. But no, you're missing it. Like God or the universe or whoever, that they're sending that to you. That is your fancy red car. And for whatever reason, you needed the bike. You didn't need the fancy red car. You needed that fancy red bike because Maybe it's going to be better for your commute, and it's going to help you be healthier and lose weight. You're going to be able to get to work earlier because you're going to be missing traffic, and because you're getting to work earlier, you're going to get a job promotion, and from that job promotion, you're going to be making more money, and you are going to be happier because you're going to be in a different job, and you're going to feel better about yourself, and it just keeps going. But when we have these blinders on and we are so focused about what we don't like in our life and the things that we don't have, we miss out on the things that could be, that are right in front of us. And so that, after a very long spiel, is what I consider the law of attraction. So I think that's it for tonight, guys. If you are watching the replay, type replay, and if you have questions, that you would like answered, that you're having a hard time with, just drop some comments below and let me know, and we'll keep the conversation going. And so just as a reminder, we still have 7 spots left in our Freelance Starter Guide program. Open enrollment closes next Friday. And if you enroll before next Wednesday, you will be able to join our group call. So I hope everybody has a fantastic night, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.